Hello children, welcome to English Schooling. Today we are going to do another poem from our Appreciation of English Literature text. Today I chose one of the poems under theme Nature. Today we are going to discuss A Bird Came Down the Walk by Emily Dickinson. When we talk about Emily Dickinson, she was an American poetess and she has written over 1,800 English poems, but only fewer than a dozen of her poems were published in her life period. Actually, she was unique from other poets in her era. To her, the nature is a living force and its inmates. The writer Emily Dickinson always thought the nature as a living force. First, we are going to read the poem, then we are going to find out what are the literary devices and themes of this poem. Okay, let's read the poem. A Bird Came Down the Walk by Emily Dickinson. A bird came down the walk. He did not know I saw. He bit an angle worm in halves and ate the fellow raw. And then he drank a dew from a convenient grass and then hopped sidewise to the wall to let a beetle pass. He glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all abroad. They looked like frightened beads, I thought. He stared his velvet head like one in danger, cautious. I offered him a crumb, and he unrolled his feathers and rode him softer home. Then oars divide the ocean to silver for a sea. O butterflies of banks of noon, leap, flashes as they swim. This is the poem about a little bird. This is the actions of a little bird, the natural or simple actions of a bird, but look at the observation of this writer. The writer has observed these simple actions, simple reactions of this bird and written this in this poem with using very beautiful literary devices. Now we are going to analyze the poem with these literary devices. A bird came down the walk. The writer first he describes this bird came down the walk. She saw a bird came down to the walk. He did not know I saw. Look at this observation. Look at the observation of this writer. When we see a bird, what we do is we ignore it, right? We ignore, or someone may hurt, someone may disturb. Okay? Someone may hurt, someone may disturb the nature by observing it. But here, this writer, she doesn't hurt or disturb the nature when she observes it. He bit an angle worm in halves and ate the fellow raw. Here, the writer described the harshness of the nature here. Okay? He ate the fellow raw. He ate his friend. The worm is also a creation of the nature. Okay, bird is also a creation of the nature and the worm is also a creation of the nature. They are like fellows, they are like friends. But the bird is eating, but the bird ate this fellow worm and then he drank dew. This bird, after ate this fellow worm, goes to a grass and drank a dew. After eating, he drank a dew. Look at how this writer, how this poet observed them point by point, observed them so closely and described it so beautifully. Drank a dew from a convenient grass and then hopped sidewise to the wall to let a beetle pass. The writer is talking how this bird walked, and during his walk he ate a fellow worm and he drank a dew from a convenient grass, and now he hopped sidewise to the wall. He hopped sidewise to the wall to let a beetle pass. Okay, when he met a beetle, he hopped sidewise and let him pass. He glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all abroad. He glanced with rapid eyes. He gives a quickly search for any danger around him. Okay, if there are any danger, he did a quickly search with his rapid eyes, quickly, that hurried all abroad. He covered all abroad. He covered all abroad with his rapid eyes. They look like frightened beads, I thought. Okay, here how the writer, how the poet observed. Okay, he uses here a simile like frightened beads, like frightened, afraid beads. Beads means a little rounded things, beads, right? They look like little frightened beads. He steered his velvet head. The head is like a velvet. Okay, how the writer observes this bird. Like one in danger, cautious. Now he feels something, a danger, something danger. He searched the surrounding with his rapid eyes, and his eyes are like frightened beads. His eyes are like frightened beads. He steered his velvet head like one in danger. Now the bird is feeling something danger, cautious. I offered him a crumb. That is the danger. The bird sees this human. The bird sees his human being, the observer, the poet, the narrator. I offered him a crumb. The observer, the narrator, didn't do anything to harm the bird. Okay, he offered a crumb to this bird, but the bird thinks that is as a dangerous thing, because the bird has experienced something in danger with human beings, right? When the bird sees a human, he's been afraid, he's been frightened, and he unrolled his feathers and rode him softer. Now the bird is started to flies away from this human being. Okay, because the bird is afraid of human. Okay, then oars divided the ocean. Like oars divided the ocean, the writer is describing how this bird flies away from the observer, flies away from her. Then oars divided the ocean. Then oars divided the ocean to silver for a seam. Oh, butterflies off bank of noon. We know in the noon how the butterflies off the bank, how the butterflies flies away from the bank suddenly. Okay, they flies away from the bank of the river, leap splashless as they swim. Okay, like swimming, leap splashless as they swim. This bird flies away from this human being. Okay, the writer uses many similes and metaphors to describe how this bird came down the walk and how the bird being afraid, how the bird being frightened by the human being and flies away. Okay, the writer has used visual imagery here. You know, all the things that happens, all the actions of the bird, visual imagery. Okay, and the writer has used very simple language. The writer has used all the words in very simple manner. Anyone can understand this poem. The writer has used personification. Personification means a bird itself has been personified. The bird is called always as he, him, right? Use personal pronouns for the bird. So the writer has used personification in this poem, and the fellow worm is also personified. Okay, and simile, as I say, like frightened birds as they swim, like one in danger. These all are the similes of the poem. And then the writer has used rhyme scheme, of course. Walk, sow, halves, row. Here the writer has used A, B, C, B rhyme scheme. And also the writer has used assonance, alliteration. Assonance means the writer has used some words which have similar vowel sound. No, I saw, that is an assonance. Fellow row, that is an assonance. Like that, all abroad, that is an assonance. Velvet head, the writer has used alliteration. Drank a dew. And also the writer has used metaphors here. Metaphors means they are like similes, but they don't use like as those words, right? Here, one of them are velvet head. A head like velvet. Okay, the bird's head like a velvet. It is soft, right? To explain, to express that feeling, the writer has used the metaphor velvet head. These are the literary techniques which has been used in this beautiful and simple nature poem. And now we are going to talk about the themes of the poem. Themes of the poem are observation of nature. As I talk, how the writer observed the nature without disturbing the nature. How the writer has observed. The writer has observed the nature point by point, very closely, right? Okay, she has given her attentions to every details of the nature. How the bird ate the fellow worm, and how he drank the water from the dew. Like that, all the information, all the details has been captured by this observer. Okay, and the beauty of line here, how the bird being frightened and flies away from her. The observer describes it. The observer expresses it in a very beautiful manner, right? And the human connection with the natural world. Human connection with the natural world. Here we can say how the bird freely and actively walk and do his actions in the nature before it meets this human being. Before the human being tries to give him a crumb. Okay, even the observer tries to give him a crumb, tries to offer him a crumb. The bird is being scared because of the previous experience of his. Okay, the nature is afraid of human beings. Nature is afraid of us because of the previous experiences that we have given to the nature. Okay, the next one is self-consciousness. Self-consciousness means how the bird do his actions with self-consciousness. The actions of the bird. Okay. Okay. These are the themes and literary devices of this poem. I think you understood the lesson. So if you have any questions, you can comment below and ask me any questions. Like my video and share it with your friends so they can learn too, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to notify when I upload a new video. So goodbye children, take care.